This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by the Air Force Collaboratory. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo, the show where you can ask me, Ashley Esqueda, any question you might have across the wide world of technology. Every Tuesday, we put up a call for questions on technobuffalo.com, and you can leave your question in the post comments. Otherwise, you can send them to me any time of the day or night on Twitter at technobuffalo or at Ashley Esqueda. Just make sure you use hashtag AskTheBee so I can see it, and usually I'll answer between 3 and 5 questions every episode. So let's get answering, because this is Ask the Buffalo. Kevin Tat asks, Dear Ashley, Tim Cook said something about Apple being able to make new product categories if it wanted to. What are your predictions for these new products? What do you think they'll be? Thanks. This is an awesome question. I can't even begin to imagine the types of crazy things, not just Apple, but other technology companies are going to come out with in the next few years. It might be a really long time until we see something like the iPad again that sort of created a new genre of product that was really consumer-friendly tablets for everybody. I know that we sort of had seen slates before, but really the iPad kind of brought it into the collective lexicon of technology for non-gadget geeks like we are. But honestly, I think when Tim Cook says something like that, and this is sort of an Apple-esque thing that they do, which is I think it's more of not necessarily creating new categories, because even the iPod I would consider a new category, even though MP3 players had already existed at that point in time. But I think it sort of redefined that particular niche and that particular product to make it widely consumable by everybody. So I think it's sort of the same thing. And I think this is what, Tim Cook means. Maybe he's talking about an Apple TV or, the wristwatch that they're rumored to be making. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I think it's going to be a while before we see any truly brand new products from anybody. But then again, every year at CES, there's new stuff. So who knows? Somebody might just totally blow our minds next year. Paul Villalobos asks, Hey, Ashley, what do you think of the Motorola Aura project? And do you think other companies will adopt this phone blocks method of customization? Thanks. I find this very intriguing. The phone blocks thing and now Aura project with Motorola. I do like the fact that Motorola has already been sort of working on this, and then when they saw phone blocks, they reached out to Dave Hackins and they were like, hey, we want to talk to your community and get some feedback. I'm not sure, we always joke around about how case makers are going to react to this. They're going to lose their minds. They're going to hate anything like phone blocks because they can't make a case that they can sell. And then the other rationale behind my skepticism is that there's so much software optimization that needs to happen in these phones. And I mean, just look at, for example, your Samsung or your HTC or LG device, how long it takes to get the latest version of Android. Now add on extra pieces of hardware into that equation. I mean, this is sort of one of those things where you're going to be constantly chasing the carrot of optimization and making sure everything is compatible hardware-wise with either Android or some other open source form of software. So I don't know. I think idealistically, this is an awesome idea, and I'd love to see something like this kind of come to fruition, but I don't know if a lot of companies are going to adopt this method of customization. And I also don't know if it's really going to get picked up across a wide swath of consumers. But it'll be interesting to see if it actually does come to fruition at some point. Twitter user Avaround asks, would you prefer an iPhone with a larger screen? Yes, of course. I mean, the thing is I do like my iPhone 5S. It's a nice phone. However, I do feel that 4.5 inches to 5 inches is really that sweet spot for a screen. I love a 4.5-inch screen. That's my favorite screen size. Even 4.7, the HTC One is a really great device. I think that screen size is kind of the perfect place of a large, beautiful, easy to see screen, but also small enough to where it's not ridiculous sized. You're not holding it with a second hand against your head. But at the end of the day, I think the iPhone 6, if it does end up being a 4.5 to 5-inch screen, I would be happy to own something like that. At Lansing says, I have a Surface RT tablet and I have been eyeballing the Surface RT 2. Is it worth the upgrade? Well, I can't say for sure, but I have a special guest with me, John Rettinger of technobuffalo.com. Hi, John.
Hi.
So answer the question, because you've been using the Surface.
Yes, if you like the original Surface RT, the Surface 2 is awesome. If you live in that ecosystem, it is the biggest upgrade. It's like same from the iPad 1 to the iPad 3. Do it. Do it now. Run. Because they might sell out.
And that's the story from John Renger. So, and I'm telling you, that is literally the best person to get that answer from because he is the only person in this office using a Surface. Just want to interrupt for one quick second, talk about our sponsors. Visit the Air Force Collaboratory at airforce.com/collaboratory. Work with real airmen to solve some of the Air Force's toughest science and technology challenges. Your idea could change everything. That's it for this week's Ask the Buffalo. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the show a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We really appreciate that. And check us out at technobuffalo.com for all the latest and greatest tech news. Until next week, I'm Ashley Esqueda. See you next time. Hey guys, Ashley here. Just wanted to let you know that if you liked what you just saw, we've got 2 other shows that go live every single week. Redinger's Rants, where John totally goes nuts about issues that bug him across consumer technology, and Rumor Roundup, where he tells you all about the best rumors in the world of tech. So click the text below that says subscribe, and if you want to check out either of those shows, click right over here. See you next time. Thanks for watching.